Killer clowns from outer space. This is what we're doing in 2024, huh? Well, to be quite honest, nothing else is coming out for the rest of time at this point. So here we are with Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game, coming out this Memorial Day week heading into June 2024. A game based on a classic horror type of film from the 1980s, I believe. This is a game I wouldn't say I was massively looking forward to, but a $40 price mark actually grew my interest towards it and made me jump into the game. And I will say, this game was a lot more legit of a game than I expected. I saw the $40 price tag, and I figured we were going to get some half-baked, underwhelming game that's only worth a day of my time max. But I ended up putting in 20 plus hours, actually I think I did reach a full entire day of my life wasted on this game. Not wasted, we'll find out if it's wasted or not. But yeah, I put some hard work into it in only a few days to try to get this review out ASAP for all of you awesome people watching this channel. And real talk, while we're talking about you awesome people, allow me to once again thank you guys. 550 subscribers going strong heading into this video as of recording. It's insanely motivating to see all of you guys enjoying the content as much as you have been. I'm super grateful. You have no idea. I also want to say I changed my upload day to Saturdays because I was looking at the audience's active time for you guys, and it said that you guys were active on Saturdays and Sundays a lot more than Fridays. So as a favor to you, I figured it'd be a better day to upload my videos, so that is why it is now Saturdays instead of Fridays, just so you know. Enough about your awesomeness, let's focus on the real question for my deep dive reviews. This game isn't half-baked like I originally thought, but does that mean it's any good and worth your time? Or is it a full-baked, dull experience that's not worth your time? Well, why don't we hear from some of these crazy people I met along my journey through this game, and you tell me if it sounds like they are having fun or not.
Hello? Hello? Is it push to talk?
What I did? No, it's open mic.
What up, dude?
Oh, window. Yeah. I gotta jump through 10 of these motherfuckers. More windows. Yeah, windows, challenges and shit.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
Dude, you need to chill, bro.
Dude, I came out swinging out that bitch. And I wasn't hitting nothing.
It's okay. I kind of got the game.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
Do you see me with one clown kill, baby? You see me with one clown kill, baby? You see me with one clown kill, baby?
Thank you, anyone watching this. You are highly appreciated for being here. If you could drop a like on the video and make sure you come join the Snake Pit by hitting that subscribe button. Much appreciated. Now back to the video. For starters, with the human gameplay, I'm going to be real with you. Playing as a survivor, you are going to feel overwhelmed as hell when you first start your journey. It's a 7-on-3 gameplay experience. You got 7 humans, 3 clowns. You'll go in probably just trying to not die and see all these crazy things going on around you, but we will dive more into that stuff in the coming minutes. Obviously, your goal as a human is, of course, to survive as long as possible, but there is a little bit more to it than that. The human gameplay feels honestly like you threw Dead by Daylight, Texas Chainsaw, and Friday the 13th into a blender, and you get a mix of all 3 of them at the same exact time.
What the hell?
For example, as a human, you explore and find items to either defend yourself, heal, or you find objective items to fix a boat, generator, etc. in order to escape. Just like Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw, you try to escape and find items like those games. And as far as Dead by Daylight goes, you run away from the clowns who are obviously trying to murder you, and you try to avoid them around every turn, and they try to turn you into these eggplant emoji looking things, aka cocoons, but I like to call them eggplants, so going forward, get used to that because I will reference them a good bit in this video. But once you fail and are turned into an eggplant, you are hung up on these hooks to be sacrificed, which then, of course, leads to the Dead by Daylight comparison. You can be rescued by your teammates if they are brave enough, like I was here.
I'm the cotton candy guy. I'm hanging up, bro. Come on. Come on, you can get me off this thing, bro. I fucking love you if you do. Oh, dude. Run! He's coming! He's coming! Run! Run for your fucking life! Run for your fucking life.
Dude, I told you run. I told you to fucking run. Get the fuck, you bitch! Oh, you fucking bitch!
Which leads me into my first negative playing as a human. While we get back to the looting side of things, there were a ton of times that I just simply could not pick up an item that I needed. It led to me almost quitting for the day multiple times because it would just happen a decent bit of games that I played for the day, and it just sucked. It was just deflating at times. I'm trying to pick up an item and it wouldn't let me, and I was just like, let me pick up this item, I really need it. Items are really important for you surviving, so it will definitely irritate the hell out of you when you can't pick up things in crucial situations, or just in general. It just needs to not happen. As we're talking about the items though, you'll find healing items like hamburgers, med kits, like things like that will replenish your health, or you'll find energy drinks and I think ice cream bars is what they call them, that will give you stamina and help you out. And energy drinks are super clutch, just FYI going into the game. Would highly recommend constantly searching for items though and staying quiet at the beginning stages. That way you could stock up and you could stay out of the clown's way as much as possible. And while sneaking around is decent here, I wouldn't say it feels as intense as Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight. It can be a little scary at times, a little eerie, but overall I found this game to be a lot more action based over it being scary. And while you're looking around, main objective items will also come your way. As you search through things, you'll find things like key cards, gas, fuses in order to attempt to escape the map like I briefly mentioned a bit ago. They're all crucial parts that you need in order to repair things to get out of there. There's four main ways to escape as a human. I'm a little tongue-tied today, guys, sorry. You can choose to escape in a boat/ice cream truck, which I found to be the most common way of escaping. You could also escape through a bunker-like thing. Also, you could cross through a tunnel or a bridge. You must be careful when crossing these things. You have to cross them at a decent pace or the whole thing will just implode on you. And the last one that I tried for countless hours to get footage of but failed miserably every time, and that is the way of the portal. There was only one time I saw the portal actually activated and I was standing there, but standing there doesn't always get you out of there, and that is not what happened in my situation. I didn't realize where you had to stand because I'd never seen it happen before, and my dreams of escaping through the portal for you guys got ripped away. But no, I refuse to give up, and I shit you not, on my last attempt going hard to escape in that portal, I came through clutch with some teammates having my back along the way. We went to war on these clowns and escaped through that portal finally. So I got some footage right here on the screen for you. And coming off my huge portal success, that leads me into a big negative I had the more and more I played this game and figured it out. Other than the portal, there are a decent bit of games that I escaped within the first few minutes of the match without any trouble at all, really, and it kind of sucked. And that started ruining the intensity I was enjoying in the earlier stages of playing the game. Although I appreciate that the game randomizes the spawns for the escape locations each match, it keeps it from getting stale and playing the same maps over and over again like you will. And going along with that, another negative that goes hands in hand with that is the complete opposite as well. There's a few times either I or my teammates were killed or nearly killed in the first 45 seconds of a match, which is a shame. It just sucks the way they do the spawns, that you'll get spawn killed in a game like this, like it's Call of Duty or something. And while on the negatives, I have to let this out that I grew so sick of the eggplants being glitched into the earth while I'm trying to rescue somebody. I'll go out of my way to risk my life to save a teammate because that's the kind of player I am in this game. And then I do all that just to get rewarded with their stupid eggplant cocoon just being inaccessible because it's glitched into the map or into the wall, into something, fell through the ground. It just sucks and so disappointing. The more and more I played, the more commonly this stuff would happen, including the item pickup that I mentioned earlier. It's kind of game breaking and it ruined the experience a lot of the time despite me having fun at the same time. Back to scavenging though, you will also find weapons, which makes this game a bit more unique than the previous games that I mentioned as far as survival horror goes. Yes, you can fight back in like Friday the 13th, for example, but here the Killer Klowns game does not shy away from action. You'll find baseball bats, axes, heck, even revolvers and shotguns as well. And in Killer Klowns, not only can you defend yourself, but you can actually kill the clowns. Like, they're gone for a full minute. hit them multiple times to down them, and then once you down them, hit their glowing red nose to finish them off for good, and then like I said, they'll have to wait a minute to respawn. Even though a quick negative is sprinkled in here, I had some hit detection problems when it came to finishing them off. It was just so inconsistent when I'm trying to hit their nose. Something was just off about it, and would anger me, if I'm being completely real, when the clown would survive after I just put in work to down them, because it's not the easiest thing in the world, especially if you're one-on-one, and then you just go to finish them off, and they just get right back up, and then of course they kill you. Yeah, if you're going to take the action-y, trying to take down the clowns approach, just be warned that the clowns can be hard to finish off sometimes, and mostly I would recommend you go with another person or two to take on the clowns, because it makes you guys a bit stronger when you're a unit against one clown at least. You will get immersed in these fun human versus clown battles at times, though, when everyone is in on the fight. Game had me laughing more than a few times, if I'm being real. They allow the humans to be somewhat capable, which is a welcome feature here, not completely helpless like some of the other titles that we touched on already. If those clowns find you, and there's more than one of them, and you're on your own, they will F you up. So after you're dead, that's it, right? Back to the menu and try again? Well, not quite. This game actually gives you something to do while you're dead. You play these 5 or so mini games, and every time you succeed at a mini game, you get a random item that you can either keep to yourself if you get revived, or you can give to a living player, and you can be revived if the living players use the resurrection machine. I never successfully did it. I don't know if I just couldn't get around to it or never found it. It just never worked out. So sorry, I don't have any direct footage of it. But if once per game, you get resurrected whenever a player chooses. I would wait till you have at least a few people dead, and then it's cut off for the rest of the game. I always found myself wanting a teammate or two dead, though, because they'll just stalk you up with these items playing mini games, and it's kind of nice while you're still alive, even though it's kind of selfish at the same time. It's a nice feature to give you something to do while you're spectating, and allows you to assist your teammates and feel like you're still involved while you're dead. But when you're alive again, if you're alone and you feel like running away, I would say don't feel ashamed by that, because it can help you avoid death at times, and it'll give you some intense chases. The humans do have more stamina than the clowns, but it regains slower, so you gotta be smart about when you run or where you run or what you're doing here. It also depends on the loadout that you pick for your human as well, or the clown in their situation. Some of them have more stamina, some of them have more movement speed, all that stuff factors in to how the chases go down. If you are struggling to escape, I would suggest try ducking around a couple corners and looking for big bushes. They can climb in really clutch for you. Yeah, for some reason, bushes just seem to work really well for me. I don't know what it was. I think maybe just the lighting being a little on the dark side, or just at the beginning stages of the game, nobody knows about the bushes. It'll save your ass. Sorry to start negative with the clown gameplay, but I have to mention it at some point in the video. You get randomly put on a team going into each match. It will select whether you're a clown or a human. The second day I played this for almost 4 hours for you guys, and played about 15 or so matches, and 15 plus matches straight, I did not get the clown team once, and I found that to be a big issue. If you're going to randomize things like that, you got to throw a clown game my way at least 10% of the time for a match. I was trying to get some footage for you, and it just took me an entire day, and I ended up just calling it for the day. You jump into the clowns, which is already different than the other ones because you have multiple killers. First thing you'll want to note is that you'll come across the eggplants just laying around. There are empty ones laying everywhere. They do not have humans inside them. They're not free kills, I promise, but they do serve a purpose. For one, you gain XP every time you hang one up on the little things that they have set up around the map. But also, every time you hang one up, they spawn these little mini clown guys that watch the area for you. These little dudes are nice to have to alert you if the humans get within range, or they'll get a hold of the humans, and they'll actually keep them from defending themselves to let you attack them. Or whenever you choose to use your cotton candy weapons to turn humans into the eggplants, you can bring them to these stations and hang them up like Dead by Daylight mentioned earlier. And the little dudes will patrol the area for you depending on how many eggplants you have hanging there. And also, you can hang up 16 total eggplants in a match. And what does that do, you might ask? Well, the match has 15 minutes whenever you begin. And whenever you reach the end of that timer, the last minute counts down, and whatever humans don't escape, they will die to what they call a clown apocalypse. This is basically one giant purple cotton candy nuclear missile that wipes out whoever remains in the match that's still alive. But you're able to hang up all 16 of these eggplants, and if you're successful doing that, it'll trigger the clown apocalypse whenever you enter that 16th one. So if you have like 5 minutes left, it'll start the countdown for a minute left immediately. It's more difficult to achieve than it sounds. In my 20 plus hours, I only did it one time. But enough of the boring eggplant stuff. They could be a little bit tedious and boring in my opinion. Let's get to the combat from the clown side of things. I have a big issue with the clowns being a bit underpowered here. I understand there's 3 of them instead of 1, but you also have 7 humans, so it kind of evens itself out. I just have a problem with the killers not feeling like scary strong. Like seriously, I would only say the clowns are slightly stronger than the humans. I found myself on multiple occasions hitting humans like 5 or 6 times to maybe down them, but sometimes I get hit by a human like twice and I'm out. That's it. The clowns don't need to be this unstoppable force or anything, but like you can at least make their attacks a little bit more terrifying to go up against. Although if you do have more than one clown together, I will say, it's definitely a posing threat for even multiple humans. If you get all 3 clowns though, hunting 1 human or even maybe 2, oh man, just bend down and pray for that human because they're probably done for. It seemed like this game really wanted to promote like working together, so it makes sense really why they want them to like not be overpowered by themselves. But when you're on a team with a couple players that are new or have no idea what they're doing, it can be a little frustrating for somebody that knows what they're doing. Humans are faster than you, so you'll just run around chasing them endlessly because you can't catch up to them unless you get help from another clown. So you have to rely on people to know what they're doing. What set me over the edge a couple times is the way some of these annoying people like to play the game once they have learned it from the human side. They'll just run back and forth because they know you can't keep up. It's just zero fun, and I don't know why people gotta play like little bitches. And then also you got guys like this acting like a clown the whole game, and yes, pun intended here. Dude got real salty though whenever I finally got the upper hand in the end, just saying.
Hey, look how angry you are. Look how angry you are. Bro, my friend's escaping on the boat right now. As we speak, look at you.
Being a clown really is not that in-depth as far as like me recording this section of the video right now. I realize how much shorter it is than the human side of things. You go around collecting the eggplants and you try to kill people, and that's pretty much it. You chase them down and make their lives living hells, and that's really all there is to it.
Yo!
I gotta start the miscellaneous section here by saying it's amazing not having these baity microtransactions here other than the deluxe version of the game, which I have zero issue with. If you want to have special editions when the game drops that give you additional cosmetic stuff, that's fine. Just don't plague the entire game with everything customizable being hidden behind a paywall. As far as customization for a $40 game, there's a decent bit of stuff here. Nothing crazy, but a good bit. As a human, I made myself into like Harry Potter at one point just for no reason at all because I stumbled across it. And then I made myself into this Stranger Things looking hippie guy, throwback looking dude. And you have these different archetypes that go along with it as well, like your stamina, your movement, and your strength being all different depending on the archetype you choose. The clowns, on the other hand, have weapons, tricks, aka abilities, even these awesome fatality things like Mortal Kombat that are actually really surprisingly cool.
Oh shit! Ah! Desperate fight! Ah! Damn.
No, please, no!
They call them Clowntalities, which is basically going for fatality there, and you can swap them in and out. Whatever 4 you want to have equipped at a time, go for it. And as far as weapons go, you can have your cotton candy main weapon that you use turn the humans into eggplants. And actually, let's just dive into each section of these real quick. While we're talking about the cotton candy guns, you can get the ray gun that you start out with, which you hold down the button and it just spray away. It's pretty standard stuff. And then you have the penta shot, which kind of reminds me of a pistol in a way. It's kind of like semi-automatic. It's hard to explain. It's by far my least favorite one, though. That's why I don't really know a ton about it, because I wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't effective. And next is the Giga Ray. I believe that's how you say that. This powerful cotton candy gun, you have to hold down to charge up, and then once it turns into fully charged, it turns into this more powerful version of the ray gun, and it's just an automatic spray away. But I found that one to be far more effective than the original one. It just fit me, I guess. The laser beamer is the 4th option, and it's basically a more powerful version of the penta shot. You notice a pattern here? I found myself not liking these charge up ones for one-shot type of guns because you hit them and fill about half of their cotton candy meter, and by the time you charge it up again, it's almost back down to 0, so I don't see the point. They just weren't hitting for me, but I somehow made it to level 50 after that and got to experience the legendary Bounce Caster, and it was worth every second of the grind and the wait. This thing is basically a cotton candy grenade launcher. You send projectiles flying at your opponent with almost unlimited range, I would say. And it'll shatter their dreams of escaping real quick, and I can attest to this from being a human as well, because it made my life tough. And when it comes to these videos, I like to give my personal recommendations, my favorites and my least favorites, and here I would say definitely level up to go get the Bounce Caster if you're able to make it to level 50. I understand if not, this game could be a little tedious towards the end. It's the best weapon, it's definitely worth it. And the penta shot for me was the worst weapon. I just didn't enjoy it, it sucked, plain and simple. Now to the secondary weapon. Most of these are melee weapons. You could switch between the cotton candy ones, and these ones actually will like down people instead of turning them into cotton candy. The one you start with is a mallet, and the third one you get is a mace. They feel basically the same, which is why I'm bringing them both up at the same time. They're both effective in my opinion. They're just different ranges on them. That's really the only difference. And the one you unlock last, aka level 50, is the boxing gloves, and they're also similar because they're melee weapons, but these ones are just like, you get like quick jabs in, and they're not as powerful, but can be effective for just like unloading on your opponent, and it can be really cool at times.
Bro, they on my ass! They on my ass! What the fuck? Help me, help me, help me! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Get started!
Oh yeah, all of us. 3, 2, 1. I'm on your ass again, boy.
Yo, come on, y'all. Y'all need to do something. Y'all need to do something. I lied. I'm dead. I'm dead. Get away, get away, run away, run away, run away. I'm dead. I'm dead. They on my dick. Ah, they on my dick. Oh, don't box me. Don't box me. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Bruh, come on, bruh. Bruh, bruh. Bruh. Motherfucker. I ain't a mother. Oh, fuck. I'm dead.
As far as picking between the 3 melee weapons, I would say it comes down to personal preference, which like range works for you better and what speed you like, because they're overall just melee weapons in the end. And as far as the other 2 things you could choose for this, you got the popcorn bazooka and the gobstopper flail. Sorry, they got some really weird names if I'm stumbling over words here. The popcorn bazooka has a bit of range on it and will deal a little damage, but the main feature it has is tracking the humans. You hit them for a short period of time and it will track them, like if they're hiding or something. You can literally see them, and I think other clowns can see them as well. So that part can be useful. I've heard a lot of good about this weapon from others in the community, but I personally disagree and I think it's very overhyped. I tried it like 4 or 5 matches and never once accomplished anything useful from using it, but the gobstopper flail on the other hand is very good to use in my personal opinion. It's basically this power-up fist thing that your clown puts on his hand with a ton of range to it. You basically turn your fist into Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic with his elastic arms. Very effective for foot chases whenever the humans are about to get out of your range. And I would say my personal favorite here is probably the Gobstopper Flail. Overall, none of these are really bad, I think. I don't even have a least favorite here, because 4 out of the 5, I guess, are melee type of weapons, but I guess the popcorn one's my least favorite one, but you could definitely find a way to use that for your personal playstyle. It just didn't fit me. And going over to the Tricks and Abilities tab, the Clowns all have Clown Jump and what they call LOL equipped automatically. You have it all the time, both of them. Clown Jump is basically teleporting. You can pick a spot on the map, jump to it whenever it charges up. And LOL makes you more durable to damage and heals you up, which I did not notice for the first half of probably me recording this. It took me a long time to realize it healed you. That is how you heal in this game as a clown. It took me a while to figure that out, so just FYI. All these abilities have recharge time before using them again, so you can't just spam them like crazy. But going over to the third ability you have equipped, they are changeable, and we start with Hypnotic Lure. You basically put the human in a trance and they walk towards you defenseless, allowing you to get some free hits in on them. It can be extremely useful to catch an enemy that's about to run away, or it's really good to let your teammates just unload on them from behind or whatever because they can't defend themselves. And after that is the Balloon Dog. You throw him on a leash, it'll bark and give you an arrow directing you towards the nearest human. If you're unable to find anyone for a bit, it can be helpful to get you back on track, but overall not that exciting. And neither is the next one, which is the Invisible Car. I don't really know what I was expecting. It sounded more exciting than it was. This is exactly what it sounds like, though. You drive an invisible car, which lets you travel quicker without using up your stamina, which can be useful, I guess, but overall I find the tricks that help you capture humans to be more interesting than these ones. And that brings me to the last one, the Pizza Box. This one is straight up hilarious and useful at the same time. Transform into a pizza box for about a minute or so to sneak up and surprise your enemy by uppercutting them, which is a nice feature I didn't expect. I thought it would just let you sneak up on them and then teleport out of it, but no, you actually get to punch them and surprise them.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And on top of the pizza box being funny with legs and stuff like that, it's just a useful thing to have because you get the upper hand, you can prevent them from doing things. You also get the pizza box at level 50, and if I had to say so, getting to level 50 is highly suggested. You get the bounce caster, the pizza box, and the boxing glove, and the little tiny archetype guy for the clowns who's worth it as well. But speaking of leveling up, how is the actual process of it? Well, it could definitely be a grind once you get to like 40. I think it's pretty simple and straightforward before that. It's pretty solid, but once you get to 40 to 50, it took me a good bit of time, and I barely made it to there in time for this video, which I was getting nervous about because I really wanted to review everything. Even though 50 is rewarding, I was about to tap out at a couple points because I was running out of time, and I was having some crashes and things like that, which brings me into the negative towards that. If you crash and time out like you so often do, the more and more I played the game as it went on, it'll get rid of all the XP you just worked hard on earning in that last match, and it sucks, and it deflates you, and it makes you want to never play the game again. Trust me.
Why does this game hate me so much? Why does this game hate me so much? What the frick?
And you earn XP by simply accomplishing things in the world while you're playing, whether that would be looting, killing, rescuing, escaping. Everything you do really earns you XP. Me personally, if I were looking to level up quicker like I did on my playthrough here, so I could get to everything as quick as possible, I would recommend playing as the humans more than the clowns. Once you figure out being a human, it is 100% better, and you will earn twice as much XP at least than being a clown. Go in, loot every container you come across, learn how to defend yourself and kill clowns with a group, and escaping is the key, because I believe you get 3,000 XP whenever you escape. Or you could do what I did for the benefit of you awesome people and play way too many mini games to earn more XP after you die and escape. Really, you have no choice, so you might as well do it because you have to finish out the match, because if you quit, I don't think you get any XP either. And the very last thing, unfortunately, it's not the best thing either, and we'll get it out of the way and then we can get out of here. Let's talk about the maps. There's only 5 of them for starters, which sucks because I feel like you should have at least 8. I feel like is a good number for me. I would prefer 10, honestly, personally, but 8 is a minimum number. But the issue isn't exactly the amount of maps here as much as it is the actual maps themselves, because I think 3 of these maps are absolute garbage. 1 of them is decent, and 1 of them is good. So basically, I found myself only wanting to play 2 of the maps. The maps I hated were the amusement park, aka Los Santos Pier from GTA 5, the camp map, and the downtown Crescent Cove. The main reason I hated these maps through hours of experimenting was just being unfair to the humans. All 3 of them are just very open. There's barely any places to like break the sight line from the clowns, or there's anything to run around that can actually get you away from a chase. It sucks. And the decent map is the top of the world. I think that's what it's called. I found this to feel very similar to the camp map. It just wasn't as annoying as the camp map, so overall that one's just kind of neutral for me. It's decent, it's playable. And as far as my favorite goes, that's the suburb map, the only one I super enjoyed. The whole vibe of the map is just good. Plenty of houses to search for the humans, plenty of loot available to gather real quick, and then the clowns also still have plenty of opportunity to catch them without issues. So it's not like I want the game to just favor the humans or anything. I just think it's annoying when the humans can't do anything because they can't find anything or they can't escape. It just makes the gameplay terrible. Why, oh why, does every game nowadays have such potential only to release a buggy, glitchy, crashing mess? This game started off so strong my first day playing it. I had no issues at all, to be completely real with you guys. But let's recap the negatives real quick. We had tons of timeout problems, which led to frustrations, and more frustrations when the game won't let me pick up items when I'm not crashing from time to time. Playing as humans could be a bit too easy to escape, or the opposite, just getting smashed by a clown within the first minute of the match. And of course, players can be really annoying sometimes, especially with their open mics when kids sound like they're dying. Positives being the chaotic action that the game really enforces here, and I think it works well. Playing as the humans or the clowns battles could be a ton of fun. There's a good bit of variety as far as the items go for the humans, so it won't get old extremely quickly. And same goes for the clowns. Most of the weapons and abilities and executions, they're all cool to mess around with. They're all various in different ways. It's nice little mix-up for both sides here. So what's my final verdict for Killer Klowns from Outer Space? This sucks. I really want to give this game an 8 out of 10, honestly, from just having fun the first day and everything. I just could not do it after all the game-breaking bugs that plagued the game. Ultimately, longevity was not on this game's side, which leads me into a 6 out of 10 is what this ends up being at the end of the day. 6 does not mean it's a bad game. It's above average. There's fun to be had here. Just be ready for your fun to be ruined time to time whenever you can't grab a key item you need or you can't save somebody that you risked your life for. Overall, I would suggest waiting for the first price drop on this. Go enjoy yourself. 40 isn't bad for the game, and I don't think it's quite worth that, but just wait for the first price drop. You'll enjoy yourself even more. Speaking of enjoyment, if you enjoyed this video though, leave a like on it. It helps me out a ton. Come join the Snake Pit by subscribing to the channel for more reviews and retrospectives every single week on now Saturdays. I'll be back for more in the next one. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and that's going to be it from me. See ya.
Yo, what's up, bro? Yo, hey, we need fuel, dude. We need fuel. The escape's over there.
Whoa, shit!